get one perfect lap or
Oh,
two maybe.
okay.
And
Stop for a second. I just screwed up again as usual. I did something stupid. I forgot to turn the mics on. So I got to start all over. I'm going to say hello, welcome, Peter, for welcome live. This is live TV, folks. Live TV, folks. Sometimes this happens. So welcome, Peter, to the interviews. It's great to have you. Start all over with that wonderful thing that you said.
First of all, once again, good morning, Mike, and I hope you already had your breakfast coffee. I know it's quite early at your end. Here is 5 p.m. and we are close to, let's say, end of the day.
Yeah, well,
Yes.
it's 9 o'clock my time here on Mountain Zone, but that's not too early for a guy who likes to get up very early. It's not a big deal, but it just shows
Okay.
for us guys in eSeniors that we're across many time zones, aren't we?
Yes.
It's so
No,
sh-
it's my pleasure, and thanks for the invitation to chat a bit together.
Oh well, you're my
And
like as I said earlier, you're my big capture, the champion from last season, and one of the top drivers in the league. We all just know and love you. We hear you on the chat quite often, and like I just said, you're a little bit of a sandbagger. Sometimes it seems like you'll say, "Oh, I haven't practiced too much this week, so I'm not sure," or "I don't have my tire pressure set." Oh, you always have some excuse, and then boom, you're up there in the top five every time.
I mean, it's really like this. Sometimes my teammates, Johan, Tommy, Patrick, or any or also Chris Byrne now, they help me in the last minute with setup or with information which kind of pressures we need or fuel whatever. But believe it or not, but sometimes it's you need a good portion of luck
Yeah,
uh,
that's
to
that's
to
that's
get a good lap into it, and then you know it can happen. Yes.
Yeah, that's for sure, especially with some of our starts. But let's before we get into racing stuff, let's talk a little bit about you. I'm going to switch over to show people where you are coming to us from Vienna. I understand. I'm just going to go.
Vienna, yes. Vienna, Austria. I don't get your screen. Whatever you show now, I don't know.
Okay, I'm just showing. Yeah, I'm just showing a
You
map, a Google map of Austria. So there you go. And then
Okay,
we're
that
gonna.
would be great because as long as I know, there is a Vienna also in the US, right?
Ah, there is. Yes, there is. There is. So
Okay.
yeah, a lot of people confuse Vienna with Germany. That's terrible, isn't it?
It's not even Germany.
No, I know it's a lot of people confuse Austria with Germany, but not that's not very smart because if you we notice most of the country is east of Germany, like below Czechia, I guess it's called now, Slovenia and Hungary and Slovenia. So
Yeah,
yeah, especially Vienna is very far in the west end side or eastern side.
eastern side,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. I haven't been to Vienna
Yeah,
yet.
actually, yes, I'm born there in Vienna. I grew up. I went to school and university there, and so I'm still staying in Vienna. But in the meantime, in the let's say a big portion of my life, I was abroad.
Oh yeah.
But I decided to let's say to come back to Austria again.
What was it like growing up in Vienna? What's there to do in Vienna that we don't necessarily know about? It's a fairly large town, isn't it? How big a town is Vienna?
Actually, it's not. I mean, big. I mean, we're reaching about 2 million people as
Okay.
the capital of Austria, which is on the eastern side of Austrian area. We have altogether we have 9 provinces, and Vienna is one province with the biggest population.
Okay.
And yeah, Vienna is an international town, a mixture of many nationalities, and as Austria is a mixture of nationalities, as we are from Hungarian side, Czechia side, partially Italy side, German, of course. German is the nowadays biggest, let's say, foreign population living in Austria. We have lots of people coming from other countries, also from the Turkey, in former Yugoslavia. So we are a good mixture of different kinds of nationalities, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's a lot. It's a lot of. It brings a lot to the to a country kind of thing. Now, Austria's always been its own country, right? Pretty much.
Pardon me?
Austria's always been its own country, and you were not behind the Cold War wall, though. The Soviet. You were never part of the Soviet Union or anything like that. But on the
Austria
border,
actually was never no Austria was never behind the Iron Curtain,
that's what I
if
was
you
trying to
mean
think.
that.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
No, but after the World War II, we this was a occupied country, and we had French, American, British, and American, Brit, and Russian.
Oh, is that right? Oh, I
Uh,
didn't know that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Let's say, the history you can read all the part of the history, but it was independent, and we are now a democratic republic since then, and
So
uh, and we are a so-called neutral country. Yeah.
correct. Yeah, yeah.
So this is part of the contract we signed with the four occupation armies,
Ah,
that
cool.
Austria is has to be forever a neutral country, and we are very very happy with that.
Yeah, because even Vienna was very close to the Iron Curtain, right? And being you were on borders with Slovenia and Czechoslovakia and Hungary
Oh
there, so
yes,
you're
yeah, yeah, yeah.
good.
No,
Well,
also
let's.
Hungary. No,
But
yes, please.
so the river. What's the river that goes right through the town of Vienna? Is it?
It's the Danube
Ah, I
River.
knew it was a famous river, the Danube. Yes.
Yes, yes.
What was the water
It's
levels?
always
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. We have a
no,
little
no. It's all
we have a little delay, so like a half a second delay. That's why we
okay.
are interrupting each other sometimes. Go ahead.
No, yes. Vienna is separated in two parts: the northern and the southern part, which is separated by the Danube River. And we have a kind of saying that people from the south usually, normally, they are not moving to the north, and vice versa.
Is that
The
correct?
reason behind actually the reason behind is because people in the south, yeah, like where I am staying, there is already starting the Alps, the mountains,
Yes. Yes.
and north of the river it's flat. Yeah, so a lot of agriculture is in the north because of vegetables and so on. They're growing there. We have the flat land. This is kind of there is not even a hill. Yeah,
Wow.
and the south part there we people like the mountains or the hill. Yeah.
Oh, cool. Cool. Very cool. I'm just trying. I'm looking on the screen. If people are watching me, looking up in my upper left, I'm just getting a few other things ready for later. So, did you grow up in a city, in the city part, or did you grow up in the rural parts?
Yes, actually, I grew up in the south of Vienna, and when I went to uh, let's say the technical high school, I moved out of Vienna, which is just let's say 20 kilometers south of Vienna, and this is a small town which is called Mödling, and supposed to be the biggest high school, technical high school in Austria. There are about 3,000 students, and I was one of them. And yeah, this was if you want to know, let's say the situation about my education. I'm mechanical engineering and electrical engineering.
Oh, cool.
After that, when I went, I wanted to go abroad, and so I went 3 years with a company which is designing ships, like oil ships and gas ships and container ships. Let's see. So I went there for 3 years,
Where? What country? Where did you
and
go? Where did you go? You didn't say
in
where.
Germany,
Germany.
actually
Okay.
in
Okay.
Germany.
Okay.
It's in north of Germany, and I worked there for 3 years in a warp shipbuilding manufacturer is Meyer Werft. They also made passenger also Luxusliners, and this was always a really interesting because I was very young at that time, and I enjoyed that adventures.
Oh yeah.
But after those 3 years, I decided to go back to university, and I made a business administration.
Ah yes. Hey,
And
you sound exactly like me. I'm an engineer. Did MBA after also afterwards,
yeah,
and worked on railroads actually. But yeah, you know
yeah.
what? As we do more interviews, I bet you we're going to find quite a few technical people that are sim racers because there's a lot of technology involved, and you kind of like that part of it, don't you?
Yes, absolutely, and I don't regret it because it was I was working about 7 years in a making die cuts and injection molds
Yeah.
did all the CNC stuff and so on. And but it was clear to me because what I saw there, this was not convincing me I'm gonna do that forever.
Oh yeah.
And that's why I went to this ship design and technical bureau,
Yeah.
and this was very very nice. And but I still said, okay, I'm missing the commercial part.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I went back, and then I went. After that, I went for 1 year to participate at Columbia Business School in the United States.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
And from that on, I moved later on to something totally different. I took a job in an Austrian international working company, and I went. This was 1994. Then I went to Hong Kong, and I was there till 1997 when there was the handover
Oh, right. Right.
uh,
Yeah.
from the British government, the handover to the Chinese government. And from that, I was working for a company which is doing um, uh, electrical insulation for high voltage machines, which means for generators, for transformers, for drives. And so at that time, actually, it was really, really a fantastic adventure because I worked mainly with big size companies like Bombardier, Siemens, ABB, and so on. And then I went about 2 years, partially to Japan, to Tokyo, and then I moved back from Tokyo to Shanghai. And there I stayed several years, and I started there several joint ventures, and I was there until 2010. And then I thought I am gonna do my own business, which I started also in China, in Shanghai, close to Shanghai, with photovoltaic, which was 2011, and a trading company at the same time doing additives for polymer businesses. So that means
Plastics.
polymers are
Plastics. Yeah.
understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, polymers, basic polymers, and if you want to have a specific spectrum on properties, you need to put into some additives,
Yeah. Yeah.
and those additives could be like UV resistance or salt water resistance, whatever, yeah, aging resistance, and so on. And those kind of things. What was the combination for my entry in the photovoltaic business for the back sheets? That means a photovoltaic model is on the one side you have the glass, you have the photovoltaic cells. On the back side you have a polymer sheet,
Yeah.
which is actually and those kind of things we did at the very early stage, and this became fortunately a huge business.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Photovoltaic,
Yeah.
yeah. But over the years, things changed in China dramatically. I would say due to politic reasons.
Yeah.
Therefore, I stepped out step by step over the years. I had always Chinese partners,
Oh yeah.
and I got, let's say, I reduced my shares and sold my shares, and so I'm just keeping my trading company for those additives which are used in different kind of polymer industries for automotive or electronic and so on. And yeah, that's the situation.
So you're still
Um,
so you're still sort of working? Are you retired or you're still
no, no, no.
working on?
I still have my trading company,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, and I'm taking care about the properties. I'm say apartments and so on,
Oh, cool.
and that's the main thing. But of course, yeah, nowadays I take it a bit more easy. I don't like to step into any plane anymore because I used to be in planes a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
So now I'm getting 59 years old at the moment.
I was just gonna ask you how old you are. 59, yeah.
Yes, I'm getting 60 years by end of this year.
Well,
And
guys who are self-employed like you, it must be hard to decide to really retire and just say, I'm just not doing anything anymore. I'm just gonna spend time. Have a family, Peter?
yes, actually, I have a wife. She has brought one daughter,
Yeah,
but it is like my home.
of course.
And we have two grandsons,
Oh, nice.
12 and 14. So there we have a lot of let's say activities together.
Is she
Next,
also from Vienna or also Austrian?
yes,
Oh, cool.
yes. She's also from Vienna, so everything is let's say in proper order.
So how long have you been back in Vienna? You're making me tired from all that description of all the things you've done.
No, no, I'm not retired, but I'm kind of semi-retired, if you want. So, I'm in the operational business. I'm not so much involved anymore, especially on the trading company. I'm just the reason is behind this because the young guys, the customers, the people get younger and younger, and I'm like the grandfather. And uh, yeah, it's really if you're talking with on the president level, that's okay. Yeah, but if you're talking some of the CEOs of the companies I'm talking to, which is the photovoltaic business, they are half of my age. So what should they do with me?
Yeah,
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 go
yeah.
out to party. So that's why I have people doing that,
Yeah,
and I'm just
you have
I'm
salesmen that
comf-
you have salesmen that can party all night like that.
exactly, and I just come for the breakfast. So they always call me I'm the breakfast director.
That's a good one. So I asked how long you've been back in Vienna.
I'm back in Vienna about 2 years now, three
You
years.
enjoying that?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
It's
But
always
it's not like that. That I would say I have never been fully away. Yeah, so that's why I said I travel a lot.
okay. Okay.
I was about 6 weeks in Asia, and I'm coming back for 2 weeks or 3 weeks maximum, and going back and forward all the time
Yeah. Yeah.
because of family issues, family reasons. Yeah.
Well, you probably had a private plane by then, though, right?
No, 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 no.
Too bad.
I mean, if if you want to, if you how if you want to burn your money, you whether buy a plane or a ship, a boat,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
or, or I don't know what, but this is definitely no, no, no.
Well, these takeover guys that used to be, well, not as much as they used to be, I guess, but that was the first thing they looked at. Do they have do they have multiple private planes? And that's the first when they buy them. That's the first thing they get rid of.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, 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 no. I mean, we're talking about small business. This is a small company. I'm
Wow.
not Jeff
Oh, you
Bezos
sound. Oh.
or Elon Musk. No.
So let's get into sim racing. How did you get into sim racing? How long have you been racing?
Actually, I was always, as a if a young guy, when there was the very early stage of sim racing, you cannot even say at that time it's sim racing.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I started with serious sim racing.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it
Serious
because, yeah.
time. I had a play seat, which was there was this was actually Thrustmaster 300 RS. I think
All
this
right.
was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
thing that I started with, and I had with Gran Turismo. I don't know if you
Yes.
know
Oh,
about
of
that.
course. Yeah.
And I played that, and I had a television, and I'm sitting with this Gran Turismo seat, which was very flexible, and then Gran Turismo. Actually, we have been founded a team which was called Lead Lab Esports Racing, and still existing. And we did the first 24-hour races on PlayStation,
How long ago was
which
that?
was a
When was that? How long ago was that?
was it 2016, 17 around?
Okay. Okay.
It's not that long.
No, not that long, but in sim racing legend, it's pretty far back, right?
Yeah, at that time the problem was that you can only race maximum 2 hours.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had to, or 1 hour or 2 hour, we have to separate, and then we have to calculate the gaps between the cars,
Oh, you're
and
kidding!
then
Wow.
calculate it into the next session. You need to start a new session. And at that time, I wrote a program, a software, or let's say not program, so I can live take the data out of this of the Gran Turismo, and we had actually at that time live stewarding. We had everything,
Wow.
which we would. And but this was a 24-hour race, doing all the videos and all the introduction and uh, the preparation
So
was
that
longer than the 24-hour race.
well,
And
that's pretty serious. That's pretty serious.
yeah, and it took us about, let's say, 2 weeks, yeah, for one event. And we had a series of 3 to 4 times a year. We had those events, and later on, when ACC came, we decided when there was the beta version of ACC. I tested Race Room, I tested ACC, iRacing, R Factor. What else? I think we looked into every kind of at that time available sim,
Yeah.
and we thought by the, let's say, pluses and minuses of the ACC is the one we go. And so this is still until today, it's my main sim.
Yeah.
And but at the moment, with all the issues we have in ACC, I recently looked into AM2 Automobilista,
Yeah.
Assetto Corsa, because some of our teammates, Patrick Larsson and Matthias, they are pretty very deep into Assetto Corsa. They have a huge knowledge in that kind of things, but it seems a bit complicated to me. I'm not there yet.
Well, plus we're gonna get a new AC sometime soon. I hope anyway.
Yeah, but still, I would say this at least 1 year from now,
Yeah. True enough.
minimum.
Yeah. True enough. Well,
Yeah.
tell us a little bit
So
about your team. Tell us how that started and what's it all about. Is it OBN you guys
that's
call yourself? OBN right now, or is that something else?
we are rebranded
Oh,
ourselves.
that's right, you
Uh,
did. That's your
actually,
NBA coming through now. That's your NBA coming through. Your business.
it was no, it was not my idea.
Oh,
This
was
was
that
this was
okay?
coming from somewhere different. We had the look joking around, and then we said okay, we call us outside area 51 because we are non-aliens. Yeah, so we are outside. And but in the stream, so Krista and you, there are the aliens. The aliens. I said, this has a kind of a negative touch. And then Krista actually was the one always saying, the wolf pack. Yeah. And then Johan Larsson, once in a while, he said, if everybody says Wolfpack, why we are not call each other Wolfpack? And Tommy Hellström, he said, yeah, Wolfpack is okay. And then Matthias, without during talking, I think he already started making liveries. And then suddenly he said, okay, this is the Wolfpack livery. And then, and then Patrick also said, okay, let's go for the Wolfpack. So
That's how it
that's the
started.
way
So
Wolfpack was born. Actually, was Christa.
yeah, yeah. But so what do you guys practice together? How does it work? What do you guys do? What
Yeah, this we have Matthias Matthias and Patrick. They set up the server.
That's Matthias.
Thanks.
What's Matthias's last name again? Matt,
Matthias is Matthias Holmberg, but
Holmberg. He's not with
he's
us.
not 15 yet.
Ah, okay.
So that's why he's not allowed to race with us in eSeniors.
How old
This
is
would be great because he is also a very nice guy, and but I understand the rules are the rules. But
how old is he?
maybe
How old is he?
he is let's say around 40,
Oh, he's pretty young, yeah.
around
Around,
okay,
okay.
roundabout,
You didn't want to divulge that
maybe a little bit
over
lower even.
the. Maybe he says something different, so you didn't want to say it over the internet, or what?
No, I think it could be even lower. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. So it's you. That's
So
Johan Larsson. With both, and there's
Johan
two. There's
Larsson
two Larsons, right? Is that a young? Is there a younger one?
is Patrick Larsson,
Yeah.
Johan Larsson,
Okay.
Tommy Hillström, and also Chris Byrne since short time.
Okay.
But we are not. We are a team of a group of people
Yeah.
which like to practice together.
Okay.
Yeah. So we help each other. We let's say okay, I have understeering here and oversteering there and so on. Yeah, then please then try this and try that. So we help each other and practice together to let's say close racing
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
behind each other, overtaking. There is a good opportunity on overtaking and so on. Talking about strategy. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As we saw in Spa with Chris and myself, it was a typical situation where we don't understand each other because it just how to say. I would say if we know each other a little bit better, or on the voices or the commands on the team chat, then it might have been gone different.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, there's
So
the challenge for
uh,
the rest of the ACC guys to start forming little practice groups. There we go. We'll have names. We'll end up with 5 or 6 teams. That'd be kind of fun, actually, and I'm sure it's very valuable. All right.
yeah, I think it's better to practice together because I'm a kind of a guy like to practice, and Johan and Patrick and Tommy as well. So there is always somebody there and say, ah, hello, I'm gonna go online. Who is free or who like to join? So we're gonna do that together, and it much makes more fun to be on the team radio or let's say on the chat and talking each other in the morning or in the afternoon or in the evening on weekends and
Okay.
practice together. Then instead of going your laps alone.
I know. Okay. I'm going to throw out a challenge now to the Edmonton. There's 4 of us in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. There that are in the same town that we race together. All of them except me because I'm a BMW guy are Porsche. They're part of the Porsche club there. So I'm going to
Yeah.
throw out a challenge to you guys now out there in Edmonton. Let's start we're going to form a team and do the same practices here and start challenging these non-aliens. But
But it's not only the practice, but it's also we are looking, and I hope maybe seniors can do that. What we really would look like to see is uh, not only a solo racing, but more into a duo, let's say endurance race for
yeah,
two
yeah,
hours
yeah.
on a championship basis.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's a good
and
suggestion. Yeah.
not on a regular basis. No need to be a championship, but on a regular base, we say two drivers on one car, so with driver swap and so on.
No, for
And
sure. We have talked about that in the admin, and for sure during the off season we'll have we're going to do another one. But maybe we should make it a bit more regular. Maybe once a month or something would be nice.
yeah, I mean we have about 40 people racing the GT3 championship,
Yeah.
and
Because
this means this
when
would be
when
20.
when we tried it a couple of times a couple of years ago and nobody showed up. So, but the last time there was quite a few. So I think that probably you'll
So
see
this is
that
something
happen.
we definitely looking for opportunities,
Yeah, no, that's
whether
good point.
eSeniors
Yeah,
or somewhere else. We have already opportunities. They offer that on a regular base with a very interesting grid number
how many?
cars in the grid.
When you say it's they don't how long between races usually that group?
It's different once a month or every 2 weeks.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking for us what would make sense. That sounds good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it all depends. If you're gonna do a endurance with 5 cars, yeah, this makes no sense. Yeah,
yeah.
so this means 10 people. So uh, it would be also probably worse to look into uh, let's say a combination of different kind of organization. We
Yes, yes.
must.
I was thinking that myself. Maybe you throw that out to the CMS, the Thursday CMS guys, because it'd be fun to have like 20 or 25 teams, right? That'd be good.
Or even 40 cars. Why
Yeah,
not?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
And this is something really would be cool. And this is one of the reasons we said, okay, I drove occasionally with Chris Byrne an endurance race with some other guys from Seniors, and also with this who is what is the positive perception. This is a kind of what's it called? Charity endurance
yes,
races
I
and so
remember.
on.
Yeah, yeah,
But how to say it? We have done since so many years now solo championships, and Patrick, Johan, uh, and Tommy, myself, we are looking for opportunities where we can drive as let's say a duo.
yeah. It's something different too. It's getting. We've been doing solos for so long.
Yeah. Also, Chris is also regularly driving. Chris Byrne is regularly driving endurance races. I think once a month or so.
Yeah. So tell me, no, you're always so humble that you say you're not very fast, but you're pretty fast. Tell us what's
Please.
what's the secret? Is it? I know there's no secret. Do you practice a lot? You just said. And when you say a lot, how much do you practice?
Average, it's difficult to say, but what I came always, I was motorsport fanatic all my life.
Yeah.
I used to drive KTM crossbows. I drove there also the challenges in Austria and Spielberg, which is now one of the tracks in Red Bull Ring, one of the tracks in ACC coming recently.
Yeah, yeah.
And I always enjoyed motorsport. So what I would say, I'm not a talented driver, but I an analytic driver. So I try to understand uh, where where is my mistakes, and try to find the grip. Yeah. So what do I need to understand the car? And I found out the equipment, the hardware is a big and a very important part of it.
Okay, here we go.
Uh,
That's a good segue. That's a professional.
because
That's a
it's really
professional
like that.
pot. That's a good segue because
The,
I can put up your pictures now of your screen of your rig. You won't be able to see them though. That's unfortunate, unless you're online. Um, I'm gonna put up the first picture of your rig. There, we're looking at your rig, the overview picture of your rig. You have a big, is that a 49 or more inch screen that you have?
No, no, this is a 49,
Okay.
but this is the G49. It's G9 49 ultra wide is nice, but this is not the most important thing
No, I
on
know.
a rig.
No, no, for sure. Of course not.
The most important part is the brake pedal.
I'm going to bring that.
And
There you are. I picture your brake pedal there. Looks like
the brake
Hussingfeld.
pedal and is a Heusingfeld Ultimate upgraded to the Plus. But this the wheelbase is a Fanatec direct drive,
Uh huh.
and this is the key.
For
Yeah,
you, that's the key,
to
huh?
the direct drive, I'm driving pretty high torque. So I'm driving about um, in-game gain 60%, and in average, I would say for the McLaren, I'm about 55% force feedback strength. So in average means I'm driving 12 to 13 Newton meter as an average with even higher peaks. And those are the things which are, from my opinion, very important. Because if you don't feel, if you don't have the feedback, we are not in a real car. In a real car, you have other sensors, mainly your S,
Yeah, your
yeah,
butt. Yeah,
which
yeah, yeah,
where you feel what the car is doing.
yeah,
So everything what you feel with your body, like G forces or the, let's say, the sensors
yeah,
you have in sim racing, you only have your arms.
yeah, yeah.
That means everything what your whole entire body should feel need to come through through the steering wheel. So I'm not looking for too much immersion from curbs or other things. This is something which is actually from my point of view, it's negative. Yeah, if I get a too high impact into the steering wheel if I touch a curb.
Yeah,
So I reduce that part to the minimum because I want to feel the tires.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I want to feel the rear when the rear is moving and so on.
yeah.
And the tire noise, I relatively have a low engine noise, but more higher the tire.
Okay, yeah, the road. Okay,
Yeah. So
that's a good hint. Yeah, I'm
the thing
I'm
is,
looking for the secrets, and you're giving them, so that's good. That's good.
yeah, I mean, secrets, there is no secret. I mean, everything is open. And
It's all about grip, though. Your point is it's all about grip.
exactly. So, and what I suggest, if you're gonna take this a bit serious and say, okay, this is my hobby, and I want to improve myself, and I want to spend a lot of time obviously with it, then skip all these G29 Trustmaster and so on. And I had a Fanatec CSL Elite, then I had another stuff. Everything you can just go for, save your money and go for a direct drive, which is, let's say, a little bit on the higher side.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah. Nowadays, there are a lot of different kind of uh, solutions available on the market. But I have this the Fanatec DD2, which is not the last development on the market, but it's how to say, I have nearly never any issue. I even bought a second one, yeah, because as a spare one, because because there was a 50% sales on during the Black Friday
Oh,
week.
50%. Oh, wow.
Yes, and
Oh,
so I think I thought, okay, this is a 5-year warranty on site, so I just take it. Yeah, and in case, because at that time, Johan Larsson, he had some issues, and also Tommy had some issues. By the way, he had a DD2, and he was about 2 or 3 weeks without his equipment.
oh, yeah, yeah. I remember. Yeah.
And I have been there as well, and so I have two things. I have a one spare wheelbase, and I have a one spare brake pedal.
Well, yeah. Well,
Because
again,
in case something
I know you're
happens.
humble, but you're the champion. That would ruin your whole season.
No, I mean you can always have a technical issue, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, I know.
So what happens?
I was a little nervous last night. I updated the Fanatec driver there, and I said, "Oh no!" For a while, it wasn't going on. I had to do a repair, and the repair download actually fixed it. So I'm going, "Oh, thank God."
Which kind of Fanatec equipment you have?
Oh, I have the cheap one, the CSL DD there. The and
CSLBD?
I have this. Yeah, I have the same button box I see that you have, which I like. I like
Yeah.
the button setup. I have the Husingveld Sprints, which I find pretty cool. But I think I'm gonna. You have two. I'm gonna put back the screen here that you have for your pedals. Do you have soft inserts? Two soft inserts?
No, too hard.
Up to two hard, and then the spacers on the bottom. I see.
Yeah, so I took out the spring and
Oh,
I took out the spring because I want to have I didn't want to have this travel without any effect. So I took out also the I put the polymers out
uh huh.
and put the distance spacers into it. So I want to have a short travel and hard.
How
Yeah, so
far?
I want to have it
Wow.
really
How far travel do you get with that setup? How far does it travel your brake?
a travel not more than 5 millimeter. I don't think so.
Holy smokes, that's small. Wow, wow.
I have a 67 kilogram on it.
Oh my, I couldn't do that. My hamstring is already bad right now because of sim racing. My I've been noticing my hamstring is really sore, and I think that's because I've been practicing so much.
No, I have to say if I stop practicing or driving sim racing for if I step into the rig again for about 1 or 2 days, I feel the arms,
Yeah.
yeah, and I feel the legs, yeah.
So this is
It's really you get used to it. This is kind of a physical practice
you could tell. So
training.
that there's something else we can tell our wives. I'm getting physical exercise when I'm on my sim rig.
Yeah, I'm sweating a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's for sure. Yes, yes, yes.
I have even got this kind of like John McEnroe. You remember?
A sweatband.
John Mc- yes, exactly. And I have on my rig. I have to prepare a towel and the John McEnroe's uh, stripe. And
Yeah.
after qualifying, I changed that because it's already wet.
Well, but we're gonna be they talk about the F1 guys losing 10 pounds in sweat or something on their 2 hour races. We'll be like that someday.
But this is the reason is because my wheelbase is pretty strong
That's for sure. Yeah, it really is.
and I'm pushing the brakes quite hard. So it's really a physical training.
So going back to your brake pedal,
Yes.
if it's that small a travel, you mustn't. Do you get to be able to do any trail braking that much with it, or are you pretty much
Yeah,
heavy
I need
brake
to I
and then
I need
coast?
to measure it. Maybe it's 10 millimeters. Yes, of course you have.
Yeah, okay. So you can still get some trail braking with that stiff and that little bit of a travel.
The travel and the pressure, yeah, this is the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You have this is a load cell pedal. So that means the travel actually some of the new like Johan Larsson, he has the Invicta pedals and they have even less travel.
So
They are
travel.
just by
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
pressure.
The
This is a,
travels.
this is
Yeah,
a hydraulic pedal.
yeah.
Um,
So
it's
what you're saying, it's not the travel. Like we're confusing the ones with the cheap pedals that are just the travels everything. The travel's not important. It's the pressure you're applying it while it's
exactly.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's the difference between the Hall sensor and
Right, right.
the brake the load cells.
Cool, cool.
Yeah.
Any other hobbies? before I forget some personal stuff. Any
Yeah,
other? Yeah.
mountain biking. I like mountain biking a lot.
Ah,
So yeah, we do since we have some very nice mountains here and there. But let's say nowadays I take less risks than in the past.
and please tell me you
But
don't. Please tell me you're not. You haven't gone electric yet. That's not even mountain biking. That's just riding.
I have both.
Yeah, both.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have both. Yeah, I have a standard mountain bike, but also electrical mountain bike.
Yeah.
And this is uh, I like it very much because with that I'm exploring areas where I usually would never go up with a normal bike.
That's what everybody says.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
really? Okay. And so I say, let's have a look. What's up there? And doesn't matter. I can come back anytime. And the thing is also my wife. We go always together.
Yeah. Yeah.
And during holidays we go uh, to the countryside and we take the bikes and enjoy the environment. Let's say this way with the bikes.
For sure. And
Um,
they get long. They get very long range too. Those bikes, don't they?
this the range depends on the height meters because if you I would say 60 kilometer is no problem with comes together with about 1800 meters of height.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
So if you go flat beside a river, you can go 100 kilometer, no problem. But if you are in the mountains,
Yeah.
yeah, and you go up and down and up and down,
Yeah.
so the batteries, of course, are consume more capacity.
And they don't regenerate. So what you get, what you
No,
started
no,
with, and
no.
what you get. Yeah.
No, it's not really recuperating. But yeah, mountain biking and in winter skiing, of course, as every Austrian, we already born with skis.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Exactly. What kind of cars do you drive? Personally.
Uh, um, um, at the moment, I'm driving an Audi A6 Avant. I don't know whether this is even known in the US, which is a long version of Audi.
Okay.
Avant, it's called Avant.
Okay.
It's a very comfortable car.
Yeah, I don't think they have that model here. I mean, the closest would be the A6, I guess.
No, I'm away from all these fun cars,
Have you had
thanks to my wife.
Have you had fun
My,
cars? Have you had fun cars before? What
yes, I had several fun cars. I had a BMW Z4.
my favorite car?
Uh,
My favorite car, and I hear they're going to stop making them this year. Did you hear that?
yes, I had a 911 Porsche 911, a 997 Targa, which I just sold recently. This is
Yeah,
one of my last things. Yeah, but anyway, nowadays it's so dangerous with driving in Austria by the limitations. What the police is behind every corner, hiding somewhere,
yeah.
making videos or whatever, giving you a speeding ticket. Now our government want to even take away the car if you're speeding over a certain limit.
Yeah.
50 kilometers too high, you'll get a huge fine and so on. So it doesn't make sense anymore. So
No, exactly,
and
exactly. It's no fun anymore. Thank God we have ACC.
yeah, exactly. This is the truth. And the strongest argument had my wife. She said, no.
Okay. Well, okay. Last question then. My last question of every interview, as you
Okay.
know, is when you buy a new piece of sim equipment, do you tell your wife before or after you buy it, and how much do you tell her how much it costs?
Of course, my wife is very happy actually, and she supports me, and she knows all the guys by the name,
Oh, is that right?
and yes, she's quite supportive, and she has her friends, and she see that I like to do that, and I just tell her in advance. I say, what do you think? This is looks very nice, and yeah, why not get it? So she's absolutely easy going on that. For me, I no need to hide anything.
Yeah, good.
I'm
You picked a good one.
I'm lucky on that.
You're lucky that way. Yeah. Well, good.
But I
Well,
have to say, since I bought that DD2 and the rig, you also see in the this is several years ago. I didn't add anything, no necessary.
is that correct? Yeah. I'm just going back
So
there. So
that's why I was saying if you planning to go into sim racing, get a stable rig, uh, aluminium rig, which you could expand. So, but I could got this. The monitor, the steering wheel, the the wheelbase, the brake pedals. This is now. I think everything is at least 3 years old, and I didn't add anything anymore. So you
yeah,
just have a one-time investment.
that's good. Yeah, I've got up your rig, the picture you had from the back. So yeah, you haven't got too many extra wild things there. You've got a button box, which is cool, and well, I use a Stream Deck. I think a button box is very important. So you can do various things. Even though you have lots of buttons on your endurance Fanatec thing, there's always something to do,
Yes.
and put on a button box. But other than that, if you got a little, is that a clock I see on the bottom right hand side, right next
Yes,
to
this
yours?
that's it's a watch and a clock,
Yeah.
mainly for endurance races.
Ah.
Um, I'm doing the alarms, but nowadays you have much more features on ACC Drive to keep things, especially if you have night stints.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
And I
so
noticed
that's why.
I noticed you're like me. You have a calculator there. You're an engineer like me, and we do our own fuel calculations, right?
Exactly, yes.
Yeah, cool. Very
I mean,
cool.
that's yeah.
You get a stop button though. What's the stop button for? Like the red.
The start button is the ignition,
That's your
start the
ignition.
engine.
Okay, okay.
Above you have the ignition on, and then you start the engine.
Okay, okay. Yeah. And the screen up on top is very valuable. As soon as I got the mine for podcasting, but very valuable to put up there. I see you have ACC Drive up there. If I can read the screen properly.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes.
yeah,
ACC Drive.
yeah. Good,
This I
good.
can recommend. I bought it at that time. It was a one-time payment, €20. Nowadays, I think it's €25. This is a lifetime support, and it's really, really cool.
It is very good. But
Yeah,
they update it every 3 days. It seems. Huh? They have always got downloads. Thank God it doesn't take very long.
exactly. They adding a lot of new features. Uh, Recently they came. You can share your telemetry. You can see the inputs. You can share and get telemetry from a entire community, from labs, and then you can see really where is the difference
Yeah,
on throttle, on steering inputs, on brake pedal, and so on. So I think, of course, the only one investment I would need to do probably is my computer, because I saw that a lot of these add-ons ACC is going to bring. My computer, I have a 2080 Ti graphic card,
okay.
which is to nowadays we have already the 40.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
and if I insert all those features ACC Drive is offering you, I can see that my frames are dropping and so on, and that's why my graphic card doesn't like that too much.
Yeah,
But
280 is that's dinosaur in video card stages, eh?
exactly,
But it still
the
works, eh?
2080,
Yeah, it's still working
a
though. It's good.
2080 Ti. So at that time, it was when I bought the PC that was really cool,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and so, but I have to say, I'm most of the settings are in the middle or high,
yeah,
not epic in ACC,
yeah,
and I have 25 cars visible, and I have 100, 119, 120 frames per second. So that's fine.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But this would be the probably the next
The
investment
next
into
investments, yeah.
in a computer.
Yeah, and it's an investment too. Those things are they're not cheap anymore, right? The hottest stuff is
No,
always expensive. Yeah.
exactly. But then, yeah, this is at least 4 years old. I think the PC
Over.
for should be 2000. Yeah, four. It's the fifth year now.
Yeah, yeah. I over the holidays, when I went home, I didn't have my rig, or I didn't even have a PC. And of course, I'm an Apple guy for personal stuff. And
Okay.
I went out and bought a. I was going to use it as a video server for my TV, but I went and bought a mini PC. They're like $200, $300, American,
Okay.
and it runs ACC in low mode. I couldn't believe it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the size of a puck. It's about 3 inches on its side and about an inch and a half high. And it's a
Okay.
full PC, full Windows 11. Everything comes, just plug it in and away you go. It has no speakers. It's the only thing it doesn't have. It has this audio output, but it has no speakers. But it has a digital port. It has a HDMI port. It's got five
Please
USB.
drop me a message about this.
Oh, there's a million of them.
Maybe.
Just search on Amazon or whatever for a mini. They're called mini PCs,
Okay.
and it
I
works. It
need to.
work.
I never heard about it.
It works great as a video server for your TV. You don't have to buy these
Okay.
other boxes, and it's a PC, a full-fledged PC. It's
A
crazy.
mini PC.
Yeah, just call it a mini PC. If you don't find
Okay.
if you don't find a bunch of them, then DM me and I'll tell you. And it works great. Works great. I was watching everybody.
Okay.
I was watching. I was doing being a spectator over the holidays on our races. Well, I think that's
Yeah,
about it.
I will definitely.
It was great to talk to you. Great to see your face.
Thank you.
I didn't have a picture of what you might look like, so now I do. And
Thank you very much.
I'm sure everybody's
for it.
I'm sure everybody's going to enjoy meeting you also. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for the invitation, and thanks for having me. And I hope, yeah, I could open a bit the person I am.
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. Great. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching, and we'll be back with another interview soon.
See you. Bye.